guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope y'all guys enjoyed the last video. I had a blast making it. I am so happy and so grateful for all the subscribers. Oh my gosh, the first video that I put out, I get 15 subscribers. Like, that is just insane to me. I don't think y'all guys understand. Anyways, I'm just so happy if you liked or commented or even viewed it. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I've been wanting to do this for so long. Anyways, we already heard the spiel. Let's get into today's video. So what this video is about, like I said in the last video, is my experience at Texas Frightmare Weekend 2025. I've been going to Texas Frightmare Weekend for over 10 years now, and it's just an experience that I really love, and every year really is so different. So this is my video kind of explaining 2025. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the third year that they are holding it at the Irving Convention Center, which I've gone all 3 years, and these are my experiences with them. I was there whenever they were holding it at the hotel in the airport. Back then it was such a different vibe, if I'm being completely honest. It really was such, I can't even explain. If you were there, you know, it was literally just so much more close together, if that makes sense. There really is so much more room at this new convention center where even on the busiest days you are able to walk and to look and to stop. Like at the old place, it was just insane. Towards the end, it was just a nightmare. If I'm being completely honest, it was not fun towards the end because it was just so like that. Everybody was sweating. It didn't smell good. I'm just kidding. At this new convention, it really is so much more open, so much more wide to be able to walk and to talk and to chill. I love that there's a whole lobby area that everybody can just sit, just chill out for a second, because at the old one, I don't even remember what we would do. We would just leave to go sit down. Like there wasn't much space to chill out at all. I like have a vivid memory of one of the celebrity guests eating lunch beside us, like on the floor, because there was really nowhere to eat. This new site really is so much more open and so much more accommodating, especially people who are like me, who get very claustrophobic and, you know, have to get out of places. So the new Irving Convention Center really is such a good improvement to that. Now, whenever things do get bigger, it does come with certain things that are good and are bad. And I'm gonna talk to y'all about both of those things, in my opinion, of what I experienced. So if you do go, you know that there is the typical convention type food. If you're ever in like a big arena, it really is just like chicken strips, burgers, pizza, nachos, and don't get me wrong, I think that's all that I ate Texas Frightmare Weekend. I love that food. Me and my family love that food. Me and my friends love that food. It's amazing. We never really venture out to restaurants. If I were to say one thing, is I wish that they would have more food trucks. I know that they did have more this year than they did last year, which is a really good sign that they are listening and that they are trying to accommodate to more people, just because there isn't as much food options inside. So I really love that. I would love to see more next year. Now, I know one of the things that a lot of people had complaints about was the escalators. I know this has nothing to do, at least from what I know, with the convention itself, the Texas Frightmare Weekend. It has a lot to do with the location itself at the Irving Convention Center. Personally, since I really didn't go to many panels, I really didn't have to experience the escalator too often, but when I did, it was insane. And I'm really trying to say this in a light manner, but there was a point where the escalator line was out. I don't even know how to explain it. It was out the other entrance to get on the escalator, which I thought was insane. We just kept on walking and walking and it didn't stop. We're like, all right, I guess so. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was like a weight limit type thing where they had too many people upstairs. When we got up to get on the escalator, we did see some of the workers that worked at the convention center. And I really do think it really is kind of funny, the difference between the people who work at the convention center and people who work for Texas Frightmare Weekend. It's obvious they have two different shirts on, but man, let me tell you, the way that they carry themselves and the way they talk to people and then the attitude, it really is a very, very stark difference. Now, I'm not gonna say that they're bad at their jobs or they're doing this or that. That is their job. They're literally doing their job. But I think compared to the volunteers, it really is such a big difference, because I remember going up to the escalators, asking one of the workers a question, and the worker just stared at me and then started talking started talking on the walkie-talkie and just completely ignored me. It's like, you know, I appreciate that. I see that you're working at your job. I love that. And some other convention workers were hilarious. I was dressed as Sienna from Terrifier, and then one just kept on calling me Pippi Longstocking. Every time he saw me, he would just say, Pippi, Pippi. I loved it. I was having a time. I loved it. And then I think, honestly, the last thing I would have to say about the convention itself, I have two other things. One thing, I love how many restrooms they have. I don't know if this is like a general problem or not. I just love going to a restroom and it's not packed. I love that I can choose whatever restroom I can go to and just walk in, use the restroom, and get out. And that might be TMI, I don't know, but I loved it. And honestly, the other concern that I really did have with the convention center itself was safety. If you're like me, I'm a very paranoid person, and honestly just a safe person in general, and this is a huge convention in itself. I would think there would be more safety protocols when it came to that kind of stuff. I saw that they were checking weapons, but to be honest, I really don't understand the point of checking in a weapon if it just has a tag on it. I don't know. If you can enlighten me, if you know more on that, let me know. But I definitely wish that there was more safety protocols when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I hope they do implement that in the future years since it is such a big city. I don't know. But I do think that is all I have to say about the convention. Now, let's talk about hotels. Now, I'm really trying to think about what hotel that we stayed at. I'll pop it here if I don't remember by the end of the video. It was literally walking distance from the convention itself. It wasn't the Westin or the Texagon. It was one really, really close, but there's no way to walk from the hotel to the convention. 3 minutes away. The way we had to get to the convention was from a highway, so there was no way we could walk to the convention, which usually that wouldn't be a problem because most hotels that we have stayed at in the past have provided shuttles to the convention. So this year we were like, okay, there's no way for us to walk, there has to be shuttles. And we called and there's no shuttles, which was unfortunate because now that meant that we were really having to rely on either parking there for $15 a day or Ubering. We chose the Ubering option because we were drinking throughout the day and we didn't want to drink and drive, which eventually that got really costly. So in the future, I really don't know how we're gonna navigate that. I really do one year really want to stay at the Westin. I really want to stay at the Westin so bad one year. We'll see if it happens next year. We'll see. But that's the only thing I really have to say about hotels. Great breakfast. I was there every morning at 8:30 p.m. a.m. Anyways, let's head on to the next topic. Now let's talk VIP. Let's do it. Now, this was my first year doing VIP. Every other year I've ever gone was GA, but I thought, you know what, let me treat myself. Let me do a little VIP. Let me see if this is worth it for me to use it in the future. So I'm gonna tell you what I did for VIP, if it was worth it, what my experience was with VIP. VIP was a lot of money. I think it was around like $300, which is crazy because then you're also having to factor in paying to meet the celebrities and then paying for merch and then paying for the vendors and paying for travel and hotels. So it's a lot of money. So in order to get VIP, you really want it to be worth it, at least in my opinion. Now VIP comes with, I think, 5 line skips. And if I'm being completely honest, I really don't think the line skip feature was worth it this year. And the only reason I really do say that is that there are only a certain amount of guests that were line skippable, if that makes sense. Like I said, this is the first year I've ever done this, so I don't know if this is normal or what, but there's only, I'm gonna guess here, 8 or 9 VIP guests and you have 5 line skips for VIP. I only wanted to meet 2 of the VIP guests, so that means that I had 3 line skips that I wasn't going to use, which in my head I'm like, is that worth it for next year? Because I only used 2, and if we're being realistic, I could do that with GA. I've done it before in years past. Now, if you are someone who did want to meet all VIP guests, then that's 100% worth it for you. That brings in the hour early entry, which I think is amazing, 10 out of 10. But in my opinion, I think it really does kind of cancel out the VIP guests skip line feature with the 1 hour, because in my experience, I would just get there the hour early and get in the people that I wanted to meet. Let's say David Howard Thornton, and I would get there immediately with that 1 hour feature and meet him, and then I wouldn't have to use my line skip. So in my head, I'm like, I don't know how that works out. If anybody else has like experience with this that they would really want to talk to me about, because it kind of canceled out for me. Okay, so I took a little break. I was fading fast. I got some comfy clothes on. I rested my head a little bit. Let's get back to the video. So I think where I left off was talking about the line skips for VIP. I don't know if I said it properly the last time, but for me this year, the line skips weren't worth it just because there weren't that many guests that I wanted to use my line skips for. Like I said, the hour early entry really did give me an opportunity to meet the celebrities that I wanted to meet without using my line skips, like David Howard Thornton and Melissa Barrera. So in that aspect, I don't really think it was worth it for me. I will say for me. Honestly, in the future, I would just love, I think if they added more VIP guests. I honestly don't know how the VIP thing works, if I'm being completely honest. I'm in the Facebook groups. There was a lot of complaints this year, and some I did relate to and some I really didn't understand. Like, I didn't know if this was a thing that happened every year or it was just something that just happened this year. I'm not sure. Like I said, if you guys have had VIP for Frightmare in the past, comment down below, because I really would like to talk about that and understand if that's how this works. One perk that I really did love was the goodie bag. If you guys saw my last video, I loved that goodie bag. I love anything that is like a surprise. I love any like surprise unboxing stuff that's like free. I know it's not free, but in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a free bag of goodies. So I really enjoyed that. I actually brought out the Kitty Corvette perfume that I showed in the last video, and I never got to try it, so I'm actually going to try it right now while we're talking about the goodie bags. The goodie bags were very interesting. From my understanding, it's from vendors who are wanting to participate. They can just give something in the goodie bags. So me and my best friend got VIP, so we both got goodie bags. And from what I can tell, it was pretty similar stuff. I think there was differences, like she got stuff that I didn't get. I'm not sure how that works, but I was really happy with that. I'm actually trying to open this up right now. She's so cute. I love that. This one's called Ghost of 99. Is it like an oil? Like an essence? Anyways, so I'm guessing it just pops out. Whoa. Wow. I'm just gonna put this on my wrist just a little bit, and I'm gonna tap that in, and then I'll give y'all a review once it's like sat for a little bit. Like I said, I love goodie bags, so I enjoyed that. That's always like any kind of perk for me. So another one of the perks that did come with the VIP is free entry to the after parties, which I think is really worth it, because me and my group, we always go to the after parties. Kind of sucks having to like spend money after we spent all day spending money just to spend some more money. So that was really cool that we could just like walk in, not have to bring cash and stuff like that. Yo, this stuff is like coming out as I'm talking right now. So yeah, I really like that feature. Only if you really do attend the after parties. I do, so I find that worth it. A downside I really did forget to talk about was the waiting in the sun for the hour early entry. Technically, you don't have to wait outside. Like if you wanted to get there right as VIP opened, you can. But if it was like anything like this year where Bruce Campbell was the guest to go to, everybody was lining up as soon as they can to get to Bruce Campbell. If you really wanted to meet him, you probably would have had to wait. I waited in line and in the sun, in the Texas heat. That Texas heat is something. I love Texas. I'm from Texas, but I can only handle so much. Waiting in the sun is not great, but you know. Another perk that I got to use once this year was the priority seating for panels. I really do try to make panels every year, but it just never turns out because it really does just slip my mind. I really do try to make the ones that I really want to go to. The Terrifier panel, in the past, I think we went to, I think it was a Killer Clown panel. There was another panel that we went to, I forget about it. But the panels are really cool if you're a person who likes to go to all the panels, which I know there is. I know there's people that go to every single panel, which y'all guys are crazy for that one, because the only reason I will go to a panel is if it's something that I really like, because if not, I get anxious and I can't sit still for so long. I think that really did help with VIP this year, because with priority seating, we basically got to sit like right up front and it kept my attention. I did get like antsy, but that's just me. But it was really nice. I could see as to why people would want that for every panel. It really is so much more engaging than sitting all the way in the back. I think that's really all I want to talk about pertaining to VIP. I know a lot of people had a lot of qualms about VIP this year. Like I said, I saw a lot. There was a lot of drama almost when it came to it. This year, I did see a lot more on Facebook than I usually do see. Do I think VIP is worth it? That's a really hard question to answer because I think it truly does depend on the guests. The thing that kind of sucks about it is that you really don't know until they start announcing guests. Would I be willing to buy one this year? Probably, but I don't know. I love the goodie bag. I love priority seating. I love being able to get there an hour early. That one's really cool. Honestly, I think that one's worth it. But is it something that I'm wanting to get next year? I don't know yet. It's definitely something I'm gonna have to think about over the year. Like I said, if y'all guys have anything to talk about VIP, y'all guys can comment. I would love to know. So now let's get to the guests who I met this year at Texas Frightmare. So this year I met Lauren Lavera, Melissa Barrera, David Howard Thornton, and Elliot Fullman. Of course, there were other guests that I wanted to meet, but I really didn't get to because either of time or I was just too plain nervous. So let me just start with Lauren because she is a person I did meet first on Friday. So Lauren Lavera is actually somebody that I've been wanting to meet for so long. She really is or was my unicorn for so long because I've met a lot of the Terrifier cast and crew, and she really is somebody that is so big. She is the final girl. So in my brain, I'm like, I need to meet her. I'm pretty sure she was filming for like at least a year or two, so she wasn't going through the conventions or going to conventions. I was just so excited to finally get to meet her. She's never been to Texas Frightmare before, so she was the person I wanted to meet. I follow her and I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks so cool. I can't wait to meet her. One thing I will say right now, whenever it comes to meeting guests, like I said, I've been doing this for so long. To this day, I really cannot talk to the celebrities. I just get so nervous. I get so tongue-tied. My heart starts beating. I get sweaty. For some reason, I really cannot make it to where I can talk to them comfortably. In my head, I feel kind of bad, like I'm taking up their time. On the other side, I'm like, girl, you're literally paying them. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should start talking more. But whenever I met Lauren Lavera, immediately, she's just very nice. The first phrase that really does come into my head is like, she's very PR friendly, very much just like knows what she's saying, knows what she has to do. It doesn't come off rude or arrogant in any type of way. It's very much like she knows what her job is, and this is what her job is. She knows she is this actress and she does do these big roles, and she will listen to you and she'll say thank you and be like, okay, thank you so much. Like, she very much intakes the information that you're talking to her about and appreciates it, if that makes sense. Very professional in my opinion. So meeting her was very exciting. I did get to tell her like, you are somebody that I've been wanting to meet for so long, and she was like, oh, thank you. It means a lot. It's been a minute since I've actually gotten starstruck, and she was the first person in a really long time to where I'm like, whoa, she really is just her in real life. She's so beautiful. Her hair is beautiful. She's just overall, she's just very classy. Oh, I made her a bracelet and immediately she's like, oh my gosh, like it matches my outfit. I'm like, yes, because I made her a little special one. Overall, she was very nice, very sweet. I'm just really happy that she came to Texas Frightmare so I could finally meet her. So the next celebrity that I met was Melissa Barrera. I actually waited in her line for like an hour, which is crazy because I did get that hour entry. So whenever we got there, I met Lauren Lavera because nobody was in Melissa Barrera's line because she wasn't signing yet. I immediately went into Lauren Lavera's line, met her pretty quickly within like 15 minutes, even less, probably like 10 minutes. And as soon as I was done, I went to Melissa Barrera's line. By the time that I got into her line, there was probably already maybe like 15 people in front of me, which I'm like, cool. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I've never used VIP before. What do I do? Because we're still in the hour time frame to where it's just VIP. And I'm like, why would I use a line skip whenever I could just meet her GA right now? And it was to the point where I even asked the volunteer, basically, should I go to VIP or should I stay in the GA line? Volunteer was like, I would stay. Why would you use a line skip if you don't need to? In my head, I'm like, okay, cool, that makes sense. Now I know that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that because I ended up waiting in Melissa Barrera's line for like an hour. It was just such a funny little thing because I waited in line and she was signing. There was VIP in the VIP line going in. The way that it was working in Melissa Barrera's line is that the volunteer would zipper line, so they would let in VIP, do GA, VIP, do GA. That was making it go by so long. I don't know what it was. In my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to go in VIP. Why don't I just go in VIP? But I'm so close to meeting Melissa Barrera. I'm like, there's 4 people in front of me. Do I go in VIP just to get zippered in, or do I stay in GA? Like, it just didn't make sense. Tell me why. As soon as I was about to meet her, she goes to do photo ops. photo ops. I waited in line for so long. Anyways, that's on me. I should have went to VIP immediately. And I also don't think that the volunteer was supposed to be doing the zipper line thing. Thought VIP meant that VIP was first, so they all get to go in first. Like I said, I don't know. Comment down below if you know. But I am a very patient person. I said, let me stay. It was about like 30 minutes until she came back, and she honestly really did make it all worth it. Like immediately she's like back, like she was just so sweet and so nice. As soon as I walked up to her, she immediately like grabs my nails. She's like, okay, let me see your nails. Like, I felt embarrassed because I literally had one missing, and I told her, I was like, don't look at my thumb. I was like, no. She's like, where'd you get these from, this and that. Like she was very trying to talk to me, and I think it showed because I was so nervous. I don't talk to the celebrities. She was trying to get me to talk. She was asking me where I'm from, what part of Texas I'm from. She even told me that I was her first In the Heights signing because I know Melissa Barrera from In the Heights. So I picked out her In the Heights picture for her to sign, and she said, this is my first one. I was like, oh my gosh. I was really excited to meet her. Like I said, I love In the Heights. I love her character in The Heights. I obviously love her in Scream, which is insane. Make sure to mention to her the importance of her being on big movies and big TV shows. She's a Mexican woman and I'm a Mexican woman, so I'm like, it really is so cool to see the representation, especially in horror in general. Just to see a Mexican woman, I'm like, oh, I feel represented. Overall, she was very genuine. You can tell every interaction that she was really trying to get to know these people that were meeting her. Even with me, like I said, I didn't talk, but she really tried to get me to talk, and I really do think she knows like what we're doing and how much money we're spending to meet her and getting her to sign stuff. So overall, my experience with Melissa Barrera was really, really good. I really do encourage anyone to meet her because she was just so nice, so sweet. She was the last one there every single day signing past closing. Everything that I've heard about her has been really, really cool, really nice. So love that. I did meet David Howard Thornton again. I did meet him 2 years ago at Frightmare. And again, like I said, I was very nervous. I actually was waiting outside in the sun for a minute in line for VIP. So by the time we run in, everybody's running in to go meet Bruce Campbell. I go and I see that David Howard Thornton is already at his table, which is crazy. It's like 10 a.m. on the dot and there's nobody in line. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I was waiting for a line. I still need to freshen up. I'm sweaty. I look gross. So whenever I met him, I felt very like anxious just because I didn't feel like I was ready, but you know what, I had to get it done because it was Sunday. I didn't want to risk not getting his signature. I actually got the exclusive poster whenever Terrifier 2 was re-released, and it was the Terrifier 3 Christmas poster. I actually brought that to Frightmare this year for everyone to sign. I needed him to sign that thing. Whenever I went to go up and meet him, there was somebody already in front. I was nervous and I kind of like sympathized because on Sunday I was struggling because the night before, first of all, I haven't gotten any sleep the week prior or that weekend at all. The night before we were partying and drinking, so I probably had like 4 hours of sleep and very, not gonna lie, a little hungover. I felt like I was struggling, so I couldn't imagine how this guy feels because he was obviously like the biggest celebrity guest there besides Melissa Barrera, Linda Blair, you know, all of that. He was signing, doing photo ops all weekend. So I just felt bad. I just felt like, oh my gosh, if I'm tired, he's tired. Whenever I met him, I really kept it short and sweet because I didn't want to take much time from him. I was tired, so I'm like very small talk. I always do get nervous. I don't really say much. Anytime I do meet him, he's always nothing but nice, nothing but sweet. He's very grateful every single time we have talked about anything. He's just super grateful of what he does and the fans around him. Like I said, I really did just want to get out of his way. Didn't even want him to spend much energy on me because I'm like, I don't want to be so taxing so early in the morning, if you know what I mean. And I think the last person that I met was Elliot Fullman. I think I'm saying that right. I think I may have said it wrong earlier. That's my bad. And he was just so cool to meet. He was just very sweet, very welcoming, very much just made you so comfortable as soon as you started talking to him. He even made jokes about how like he was calling me sis because I was dressed as Sienna that day. He was just very welcoming, very comfortable. He made you laugh. He really wanted you to join in on the banter. The interactions I had with him were really positive, and I'm really excited to see what he does in the future. So those were the people that I met this year. There was people that I really did want to meet. Cole Sprouse, and Devin Sawa, and I just didn't have the courage to meet Cole Sprouse or Devin Sawa because I was just so nervous. It was a running joke that weekend because they literally like are my first crushes ever. So I'm like, I can't meet them. Are you crazy? Like, it just didn't process in my head that I was gonna do that. But I wish I did, but at the same time I don't. I really don't think I could have done that. So maybe next time, maybe next time. We'll see if I have the courage to do that. real quick little update on the perfume. I like it a lot. I don't know what else to say. It's sitting really nicely on my skin, so I really like that one. It reminds me of something and I just can't put my finger on it. Other than that, there was, of course, vendors there were really cool. Every year, they're super cool. It's really rare to see these kind of shops and vendors outside of horror conventions, so it really is just like a shopping spree whenever you get there. I do wish that there were more clothing options. Obviously, there's a lot of people selling shirts and stuff, but I'm more interested in like actual clothes. There is a vendor that I really like that does clothes. You go, they're like the one that's like really stretched out. I'll put it on here on the screen if I can find which vendor there was. They're the ones that I bought the most stuff from, like the shirt, the jacket. I bought a dress from them. Like that's the stuff I want to see. Then I also really like Jackie Offline, I think that's what she's called. Well, she does like accessories, and I bought a lunchbox from her. Just cute little stuff that I really did enjoy this year. And of course, I can't forget the cosplayers, y'all. The cosplayers really did their thing this year. Honestly, I was a little shocked. I thought I would have seen more this year, but maybe I just wasn't out there when everybody else was out there. But I love seeing the cosplayers every year. I didn't get to take as many pictures as I wanted to, but every year it really does inspire me and make me want to do cosplay for the next time. I was dressed as Sienna from Terrifier 2 this year, and I was able to take pictures with all the other Siennas, which was really cool. I've gotten a couple pictures back of just 2 Siennas. It really is just so much fun. Like I said, I just want to do more. I've met so many friends from this thing. I actually passed out handmade bracelets that I made this year for Texas Frightmare weekend, and I hope everybody, if y'all guys are seeing this, if y'all guys got them, just know that I made them with love. You'll know they're from me because I put a star charm at the back of everyone. So if you have a star charm on yours, that's from me, y'all. So if you guys like them, thank you. I love them. I love you. Yeah, I think that's it, y'all. If I have any other thoughts, I don't know, maybe I'll put them on my Instagram. All that just to say, it's one of my favorite times of the year, other than Halloween. I look forward to this every single year, and it's one of my favorite times. I'm just so happy. I'm not sad. It really is just something that's I wish could be every day. I wish Frightmare could be every weekend. I could just go every weekend, but unfortunately that's not possible. But I just had a blast. If y'all guys went, comment down below, tell me about your experience. Talk to me on Instagram, y'all. I finally set up my Instagram, so if you guys want to talk to me on there, y'all guys can. I will be going to Frightmare as long as they have it every single year. It really is a place like no other. I love it so much. I am going to try to go to other conventions this year, so hopefully I can vlog those too. But anyways, guys, I am tired. I gotta go to bed. It's like 3 in the morning. I hope you guys like this video, and bye.